Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Don't be expecting anything too special, to be honest. I understand this is the first episode of the new season, but, we're spending most of our time in the other dimension, to be honest. Outside of, special events and, well, coming for reviews and stuff, we're usually staying over there. The main reason why we want to periodically come here is because switching where their tracking direction of us is will leave the shadow creatures and so forth more or less trapped in the void permanently, unless we stay in one place for too long. So, in short, the dimension we even entered into probably won't be the one that we stay in forever, but it'll definitely be one of the main ones we visit, as well as coming back here. Mad Matt wants to do his video game stuff. I will continue doing reviews because, that kind of tends to drag people in, doesn't it? So, that all being said, I guess it's time for our review this week. And this week, is an interesting little title called Rogue Legacy.
Just to be seen as mature, a bit wiser to be sure. Talk of love, talk of happiness, and I do it charm, empty and hollow, having a desire, but it's just a ruse. Imposters face cleverness, the bullshit left to never end. Masquerade. Don't imitate honesty. Take a chance and renew your belief is your key. Masquerade, be what you are, let it be. You will never lose face if you face all your enemies. Anyone can ignore their dreams, throw away their pride, show what's inside. It's the key.
Rogue Legacy is an independent video game made by Cellar Door Games. The game is most known for using elements from both Metroidvania games and a few ideas from roguelike games. The basic start of the plot is that a nameless hero, most likely your relative or ancestor, is wandering through a quiet part of the castle until he happens upon what seems to be a king. Upon finding nothing else to do, your character kills the king and starts up the events of the game. Apparently this castle is now a demon-possessed castle that changes with every person that enters it, and the next generation of hero in your bloodline is on a quest to go into the same said castle and defeat all the evil within. Most notably the four main villains and whatever might be behind the big golden door at the very beginning of the game. Also, finding journal logs, you'll continue to figure out that your ancestor, or at least the first generation of hero, went into the castle and attempted to find the king, who is possibly possessed by the evil within the castle. Also, every time you die, the character is replaced by the chosen hero of the next generation. And while the castle changes and the monsters come back, main bosses do not return except for little side missions you can try to attempt. The main gameplay feels a lot like a Metroidvania game, featuring sub-weapons and main weapons much like the Castlevania series, and also features a number of waypoints throughout the game to help you get around. However, when you die, the map changes and the waypoints also get lost. Also, if you save and come back, the monsters and breakable items don't return, meaning you have one chance at getting potions, food, and money Money being the most important, as it's what you use to level up your character and unlock equipment and runes. This would also happen to be one of the biggest problems in the game, as very early on, the money doesn't drop very quickly nor frequently, and also the items continue to get more and more expensive the more you purchase them. That includes equipment, runes, as well as the level up unlocks I previously mentioned. They grow at least 100, if not more, every time you buy a single one of these. And it also depends upon what kind of skill ability you're unlocking. If it's say, only 3 level tier ability, it's probably already costing over 2,000 gold, and you'll be lucky to leave the castle with maybe 3,000 or 4,000 at a run. At the halfway point, the money doesn't come fast enough. The enemies are far too powerful, so you can't last as long, and it just turns into a frustrating grind. Thus is the end of my playthrough of this game. It's pretty much just impossible to beat this. After the 12-hour mark, you'll most likely have finished the second boss and reached the halfway area, but after 33 hours total of play, I get to get even close to being the third boss. With much frustration and rage, I have given up. The game to me is nothing more than a money-grinding rage machine. It has nothing to hold my interest and doesn't pace itself well enough to keep me going. I should have been able to finish this third boss a long time ago. The major problem being is that the boss has such an awkward attack that's hardly ever on screen, and the few times it is on screen, it's already battering you in the face. Also, games like this tend to count on the Mega Man style of learn its abilities so you can try and dodge them. This thing does a ring around of fireballs that you cannot dodge through or anything. Ergo, it becomes impossible to beat this unless you happen to have a knight, and even then, his mana will dry up so damn quickly it's pretty much still pointless and he'll die anyways. Although, again, the knights are probably the closest thing to somebody who can actually survive this. Therefore, due to the many issues of this game, and especially with this boss in particular, I must end my playthrough of it, and I cannot, in good conscience, give it a positive review. It feels to me that the game is not actually tested after about the halfway point, and needs a few more months to still go through fixes and development. And while it has an interesting gameplay and mechanics, they fail to keep the game moving at a pace that will keep most people interested, making the game grindy and very samey. Sadly, I don't have any Metroidvania games I can suggest for PC gamers, and this was probably one of the better ones that I know of for PC. But unless you have the patience for it, it's very likely you'll get tired of this game as I have, and leave in the dust for more interesting things to play. So that's pretty much it for this time. I do believe next time we'll have a movie review, because it is, after all, the Halloween season, and we can't have that without a horror movie to review for Halloween week. So, stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.